Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Thursday. It is August 27th. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys, I will be using the Angel Answer Oracle deck. All right, guys, let's see what you need to know for August 27th, what Spirit has to tell you. And yeah, let's dive right into it, okay, guys? But I hope you guys are doing well so far. Okay, so Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today for August 27th? What do they need to know for August 27th? What can you tell them at this time, please? And thank you. So what does the collective need to know for today? What can you tell them? And those of you know there's a full moon. I've been saying this in most of my readings today, just so as a reminder. Okay, there's a full moon for today up until the 29th of August. It is in the full moon eclipse, okay, the red moon. I posted about this on my website too, so check that out. Okay, we have big happy changes, all right? Some of you guys are going to go through some type of big happy change, okay? This has been showing up literally the last few days, okay? So some of these messages may seem repetitive, okay, because it's just the energy that's happening right now for some of you. Okay, this could be about romance. Romance does not have to be about boyfriend and girlfriend. It could be, right? But I like to keep you guys open-minded that romance doesn't have to be just about love in that sense. It could be a new connection, like a partnership, 1, 2, 3 on the timer. This could be about a friendship, okay, things like that. But if you guys are in a relationship or you guys are into relationships, that could be significant. But if not, this could be having new romances with, you know, newer connections, new people, places, and things, having a new love for the people that you meet, that kind of stuff, okay? So definitely take what resonates with that too. That could be confirmation. Spirit, what are the messages do you have? Thank you. Choose a new direction, okay? So when it comes to like you choosing a new direction, that could be confirmation. This could be about romance too. So this could go both ways. This could be you choosing new romance, like in a sense of choosing a new direction, or this could be how you look at romance, right? It's like choosing a new direction could also look like how you view romantic situations, connections, whether this is platonic or, you know, romantic, right? But there's just something about how you view things. So if you're somebody who's very like negative, oh, I thought I saw I'm like, what is that? If you're somebody who's like negative mind, because there's kids playing over there and I thought the kid fell. That's what I was just like, I was like, what? But they're okay. But yeah, there's something I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god, it's all funny that I thought they fell. It's just the way that they're doing this in slow motion and I'm just like, what the hell? But I think they're okay. But yeah, like I said, it can go two ways, right? Like it can go like, for example, say you're somebody who's very negative thoughts or negative minded about romantic connections or new connections. It's unfortunate to say this, but it does happen. If you have gone through a traumatic situation with a connection and say you've been working on yourself, you've been trying to go within and stuff like that, that's cool, right? But I always say that every time you go into a situation, always start fresh, okay? That's like me. Like, I may not have the best, you know, situations with friendships sometimes, but at the same time, I always go in with a clean mindset, right? 333 on the timer. Like, I always go within a clean mindset. Like, I don't assume that because I have people in the past that treated me a certain way, that means that this new connection that I'm stepping into is going to treat me like that. I always kind of give people the benefit of the doubt, whether my discernment is, you know, telling me something else. I still have my discernment, but I also give people the benefit of the doubt so that if something does arise or does happen, even though I'm not thinking like that, at least I'm aware. You know what I mean? At least I'm aware and I know what's going on. So if you're always constantly thinking that every time you step into a relationship, a friend group, a new environment, that it's always going to be bad or always going to be negative, unfortunately, that will manifest into your energy. And sometimes people don't like to hear that, right? And that's okay, right? Like, you can hate me for that all you want. I don't care. But I wouldn't be saying this to you guys if I wasn't saying like, look, this is how I look at my situations, right? And it's true because I have had friendships where I was the giver, right? I was mostly the giver. I did receive, but I was mostly the giver. So that could be me doing little things for the people that I care about, right? But then in the end getting burned, you know what I mean? So it's like people using you because they know that, you know, you have that whatever it is that you have in that moment, right? Whether it's your time, your energy, your money, your love, your whatever it is, right? So there's something about that too, where it's like you guys are choosing a new direction. Maybe the way that you think about, your connections, maybe you guys are learning to alter your mindset when it comes to connections and not trying to be too negative about it, okay? And that's also growth, okay? Like, who's gonna sit here and not say that, if you had a bad connection with a parent, it's like, oh, I hate people who have good parents. It's almost like that kind of energy too, where it's like somebody may grow up in a really good household and maybe you didn't, and it's almost like being mad at that person because they have really good parents but then you didn't, right? That also is a thing, right? Or also, it could be the opposite. It could be you having really bad parents and someone has really good parents, excuse me, and then say that parent takes you in like their own, okay? That's also 555 on the timer. That's also something that I've seen that could happen as well, right? So it just all depends on your perspective and how you look at certain situations. So some of you guys are choosing a new direction, okay? This is saying yes for confirmation. So what I'm saying to you guys is probably confirmation for some of you guys. Or also when it comes to like you choosing a new direction, Spirit is saying yes, go ahead, okay? Spirit, what else do you have to tell the collective? Thank you. Can I grab this card because it's so far? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so Spirit is saying to ask your angels, okay? Now, some of you guys have already done this, right? Or Spirit is telling you, whoever is watching this as the viewer, this could be a group of half of you guys that have already done this. So you've asked your angels and now you're just waiting for confirmation. Or Spirit is saying to ask your angels about this situation that you guys could be dealing with when it comes to you choosing a new direction. Maybe where you're trying to go in this new direction, okay? So say you guys were asking your angels and you wanted confirmation, or you're about to ask your angels, there's something better, right? So again, there's something better out there for you, okay? Asking your angels for assistance, and your angels are telling you, look, if you choose a new direction, there's actually something better out there. You don't need to stay where you are in this environment or this place or with these people. You don't need to stay in this connection. Even friend groups too, you don't need to stay with these friend groups. Sometimes in life, you think that the closest people to you have your best interests, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a stranger. And I'm not trying to scare anybody or fearmonger anybody, because there are friendships and connections out there that are really genuine. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes in life, people wear a mask, right? And when people are wearing a mask and you cannot see the real them, it's harder to pick up on someone's energy and how they are there for you if they're not, or if they mean well, or they want to see you do well, okay? I would rather somebody be authentic and say to me, why are you doing this business, right? And being open and honest, and me telling them why I do this business. Even if they don't like it, at least understand that, right? But you have some people out there that genuinely will ask, why do you do this? And even if you explain to them why you do what you do, they still judge you based off that. They're not supporting you, or they're not telling you, genuinely like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Even though I don't understand it, I get what you're saying. And so that is why sometimes it's good to be around people who get you, okay? So take whatever resonates with that too, but Spirit is saying there is something better out there. Whether this is a connection, a job, an environment, family, friends, it doesn't matter. Yeah, big yes. Okay, so whatever this is, there's something better. Spirit is saying this is a huge yes. Okay, this is big confirmation, and this is the second yes that I've seen so far in the reading. Okay, so let me see if I can get a couple more cards and end this message. Spirit is also saying to be assertive. Okay, so for some of you guys, when it comes to your energy, Spirit is saying to be assertive when it comes to you. Okay, so if you're very meek and mild, right, there's something about putting yourself out there. Okay, putting your foot down, putting yourself out there, having courage to speak up. Throat chakra energy is significant. So take whatever resonates with that. Or some of you guys are being assertive, and that is why you're able to move into like this new energy, whether this is like a new opportunity or you just stepping into a newer timeline. Okay, so take what resonates with that. Spirit is saying you're ready. Okay, So definitely Spirit is saying you're ready. Whatever this is that you guys are being assertive on, Spirit says you are ready to do this. Okay, even if you don't feel like you're ready, Spirit is like, well, too bad. I think you're ready. So you're gonna just do what we need you to do. Okay, sometimes we don't have control. I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes we don't have control. Take it from me. When I used to do what I was doing, right, every job that I've gone to, and don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed every role that I've worked in, but every time I've worked in a certain environment, whether this was like retail or corporate, and chosen ones will understand this, I really wish it was a lie, but it's not. Every time I worked in a certain environment, it's not the people usually. Well, sometimes it was, but it wasn't really always the people. Like usually the people on the floor, we pretty much have a good rapport. There's always like that one or two odd ones that like to, you know, click up and bully, like whatever. But it's the ones in authority, okay? The ones in authority that feel some type of way or take ideas from the collective. Like there was just always something going on, or like the environment was really good and then it gets sour. And then it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I have to leave. It's either the company would close down or the environment gets really sour. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Why is it every time I find something that I enjoy doing, like I don't care what I do because I feel like I'm pretty open, right? Like you can teach me how to cut keys, mix paint, do whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool, I got this, you know, and I'll jump right into it, right? But every time I was in an environment, I'm just like, is this a curse? Like 11:22 on the timer, I'm like, is this a curse? Like every time I go somewhere, I feel like there's always something. Either people want to bully, they want to click up, they want to misunderstand me for some weird reason. Like there's just always something. And then another thing that I realize, it's like I'll say something to somebody. So even on like a side note, because I don't want this video to be too long, 11:44 on the timer, but like a side note, I made a story time about this on my page like maybe months ago. Okay, I remember when I was working at a certain environment and I said to one of my friends, and I had a dream about it. Okay, I had a dream that the company was closing down a couple days like before my birthday was about to happen. And literally we get a notification from head office or from the manager that we're gonna have like a liquidating closeout sale. And I'm like, you gotta be freaking joking. I'm like, you got to be freaking joking, okay? Like literally I thought this was like, I was being punked. I kid you not, I thought I was being punked. So I said to the person, I'm like, girl, the company's closing down. Like we're about to have no job. We're about to end up losing our jobs. Like and she's like, no, we're not. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. And literally we had a meeting about it like the next couple of days. So I had my birthday, and then the next few days it was like the ending of the month basically, right? And we had the meeting and they were telling us like, yeah, we're closing down and we're gonna have a liquidation sale and blah 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 blah. And I looked at her and she looked at me like, what the frig? And I'm like, yeah, like I told you. Like little things like that. Like you could say something to somebody and they don't believe you because they don't think that, oh, what you're saying is true. But then it happens and they're like, what the frig? Like I even knew when I was gonna get let go from my job before I was let go from my job. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like you just know. Okay, you know when your time is up, you know when things are ending, you know when things are changing. You can tell by the way people treat you. You can tell by the way, you know, work gets lesser and lesser. Like even if people try to play like, you know, you shouldn't know, or try to pretend like, you know, you have no idea what you're talking about, you know, okay? So take it from me, listen to your intuition, okay? And usually when that happens, it prepares me for what's to come. And I would rather be prepared than be blindsided. Like I would rather be in that type of position where my spirit team or me, we're just so in alignment and so in tune that even if I don't want to believe it, I'm like, well, at least I have an idea. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen soon. You know what I mean, guys? So definitely take what resonates. But Spirit is saying you're ready. Okay, you're ready. I'm going to get one more card and end it because I said I didn't want this to be too long. But I had to tell you guys that piece, like that little piece of story, okay? We have a year from now. So a year from now doesn't have to be exactly a year. It could be like a few months from today. It could be November, it could be December, it could be any time, okay? But a few months from now, a year could be significant. It could be within the next few months to the year, okay? But take what resonates with this. But we have take action, okay? So improving health. So some of you guys could be taking action and improving your health as well. And then we also have peaceful resolution, okay? So yeah, and also let go. So yeah, you guys are taking care of your mind, body, and soul. You guys are letting go. Like even if it's something like eating certain foods like chocolates or certain sweets or fast food, right? There's just something about you letting go and taking care of your mind, body, and soul and your well-being. And also when it comes to people, places, and things, if it's not serving you, like I always say in my videos, you know, you could be working in an environment and all of a sudden your nervous system is shot, right? And you don't know why. And literally it's like you leave that environment and all of a sudden it's like your nervous system is perfect, you know? So something about that too is significant. But I'm going to end it here. All right, guys, thank you for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next reading. All right, guys, have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.